Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing the mid-year book tag. So I have a couple books behind me that we're going to be discussing, talking about where I put them in each category and why I put them in each category, and very excited to get into it. I haven't done a sit-down video in a very long time. I don't know if I ever have actually, but I'm pretty excited about this. So the first question is the best book you've read so far in 2026. Now, this was not hard for me at all. I knew that right after I finished this book, it was going to be my favorite book of the year. One of them. I only let myself have 3, unless for some reason it has to go over 3. But this one will be one of them. And it is Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. I absolutely loved this book. I fell in love with it a few weeks ago. I think I finished it, and it has absolutely changed my life. I did do a reading vlog on me reading this book. If you are interested in getting my full thoughts and everything, please go watch that. But this has definitely been the best book I have read, and thank God I read it now because I'm preparing for Avatar 6. I'm scared, but I had to get into this. So the next question we have is the best sequel you've read so far this year. So I've read many, and I do want to point out I'm gonna try to not do rereads that I've read past years. So I read the Shadow Me series a few years ago, maybe 22, and I did end up rereading it this year. And I thought about putting those. I literally love all of them. That's one of my favorite series. That's top 5 series for me. Just know that if I was gonna actually pick, it'd probably be that, because I love those so much. They're literally my heart. But I was I'm not gonna do books I've already read before, so, because you've already seen me talk about them. But I actually picked 2 books. Okay, and these are books that I have not read yet. Well, I had not before this year. So the first one I want to talk about is Unbound by Peyton Corinne. Now, technically, I don't know if this technically counts as a sequel because they're interconnected standalones, but I was I'm just gonna put this one in because this was insane. I was not expecting to like this as much as I did. Well, I did absolutely love the first 2, so it wasn't that that far off of me liking this one. I'm having this I'm feeling crazy right now because when I was reading this at the time, I thought this book was so big, but now I'm reading the Crescent City series, so this feels like a short book. That's insane to me. That's so funny. Literally look at these next to each other. Bruh. That's crazy. No, but I don't know if I would say this one was my favorite in the series. It probably is. But, oh, there's a bookmark. God, I just love when you find bookmarks. But I don't know. I definitely, this is top 15 books this year for me. Oh, it's literally so good. If you haven't read it, the first one in the series is Unsteady, and then it's Unloved, and then it's Unbound by Peyton Corinne. Many people get into them because they're supposed to be the Binding 13 series of Boys of Tommen, and I would say that they do compare. It's obviously not going to be the same, but it is comparable. So if you really love that series, I recommend reading this series. It's so freaking good. The next book I have is a part of a huge series, and I have read the first, second, and third, and I have the second one sitting in front of me because it is a sequel. I'm also talking about the third when I'm talking about this one too. It is City of Ashes. Now, I was a little skeptical going into this because I was like, girl, what are we supposed to be doing after that bomb just was dropped at the end of the first one? But it's fine. We worked it out. I'm not trying to give anything away, but we worked it out, and it's all right. I can live with it now. Sometimes if something just does not go the way that I was expecting or that I would have liked, I can't do it. But this is good. We're fine. And I think I did give this, maybe I gave it 4 stars. I'm not sure actually. I need to go back and look. But again, very good. If you haven't read it, the series, I totally would recommend. It's better when you're younger, definitely. I'm glad I'm reading it now because I don't want to wait any longer. I wouldn't like it as much, definitely. But it's a book series you need to read if you're reading like Harry Potter for the first time, Percy Jackson for the first time, Maze Runner, Hunger Games. It definitely fits in with those. If you have not read it, totally recommend doing that. It's so freaking good. Next question is new releases you haven't read yet but want to. Now I have 3 books that fit into this category because I have so many unread books, unfortunately, and I think all of these are pretty new. I think they're all new this year, so we're gonna talk about them. So the first one I have is Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune. This year has been a lot of Carly Fortune news, I feel. The show Every Year After came out. I absolutely loved that show. It was so good. If you haven't watched it, I totally recommend. But I do think you should read the book first. I definitely do. I was a little confused at times. I read that book maybe 2 years ago, and so I didn't remember everything that happened. I remembered like the big thing, but I wasn't remembering details. But the show was really good. But we are talking about this book. I do know a little bit about it, but I'm not like, I don't know. I want to read it, and I want to read it this summer definitely, but I'm trying to get through Crescent City right now, and I'm like not even halfway through the second one, and it's taking me so long. Not because it's bad, just because I feel like I'm hitting a reading slump, and I feel like I just like don't know if I want to jump into another book and then go back to Crescent City. Like I just don't know if I want to do that series like that, because sometimes when I do that, it just doesn't work out. But I might have to. Really intrigued. I really like the synopsis that we have. I think that this woman, she is getting married. It's like she's literally about to walk down the aisle, and like her fiance cancels it, and he's like, no, we're not getting married. And so her and her best friend go on the honeymoon together. Her best friend's a male, I'm assuming, I think. And I don't know what happens. I'm assuming it's a romance. So that's how all of these things go. But I'm excited for this. It does sound very good. So, and I didn't really care for the 3 Every Summer After. That was definitely my favorite. And then the 2 after that came after that, didn't really care for those. I did like One Golden Summer, but I've heard good things about this, so I'm excited for it too. I need to be put on a stake because I haven't read this yet. Oh, hold on. Okay, sorry. So this next book I should have read a very long time ago. By a very long time, maybe like a couple months ago. I've had this. I think I've had it since March. I think it's when it came out, or May. I know. I enjoyed the first book a lot. I really did. I liked how it felt different, but it felt like, again, comparable to Fourth Wing. Many people say that, and that's what I liked about it. But I feel like I wasn't super locked in when I read the first one, so I wasn't like super excited to read this one, but I definitely want to get into it. I'm very like curious to see. I did like the end. But it was like an ending where I was like, I know what's happening. I know what's happening, but I'm gonna eat it up every time. So, very exciting. I need to get into this. Now that I'm like sitting here, I'm like, oh, I need to read this. This is like really ugly though. Like who decided to do that? And the last one I have is Into the Blue by Emma Brody. This one is definitely the one I've heard the least about, probably. Well, actually, I don't know if I would say that. A lot of people that I follow have read this and loved it. I'm just scared. I don't think I really, like, I know it's about actors, and I don't like reading about that, so I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it that much, but everybody that has read it has absolutely loved it, so I want to be on the train with everyone else. but I don't know. I think I am going to like this, and I don't think it's that long. No, it's like only like 400 pages, so I could get into this pretty quickly and just fly through it, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited though to get into this. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I'm definitely gonna have to say ACOTAR 6. Obviously, I'm doing a whole series on rereading a lot of the SJM books before ACOTAR 6 comes out, and I'm just so excited. I know it's not going to be very long, but literally anything would be great. As of right now, Crescent City is my favorite SJM book, but I really do love A Court of Silver Flames. So I am going to also reread that before ACOTAR 6 comes out. So I know that there's so many other, and that's why I kind of feel bad for saying that. There's been so many people waiting for this next book for like years. And so I do feel bad for saying that, because I haven't been waiting for, well, I have been waiting for years, but like not as long as some people have been waiting, and a lot of other people love it more than I do. So do love me some Crescent City though, so I'll take anything she gives us. But that is probably the most anticipated. I don't really keep up with what books are coming out later in the years. I obviously know that one because everybody knows that one's coming out. I know that Lynn Painter has some releases, I believe, coming out later on, but a lot of my favorite authors I don't believe do. Other than Rebecca Yarros, she's releasing something in September for Fourth Wing. I have no idea what it is. She said it wasn't a novella, so I'm wondering if it's, I know it's not the fourth book. Also, a lot of people think it's like Xaden's chapter from something that happened in Iron Flame, which I could see that happening, but then how is it not a novella? I'm just like, I'm confused a little bit. I don't know. If it's like something stupid, I'm gonna be really mad, but I am excited for that as well. I'm looking and I don't see anything like too crazy. That I don't think anything else is coming out that I really care about. Like if the seventh, there's 5. I guess the 6th. Oh wait, no, there is 6. What? If the 7th Boys of Tama book was coming out, then I would be freaking out. I know there's not a Hunger Games book coming out. There's not another Shadow Me book coming out this year. The one came out, but I feel like maybe we were supposed to get another release of something crazy this year. What was that? I cannot remember. Oh, we were supposed to get like 2 Chloe Walsh books in 1 year, and like the fans ruined it. That's what it was. We need to be nice to her. I don't know who was being mean to her. Y'all need to lock in. I don't know what's going on right now. But I would say for this question, ACOTAR 6 and whatever's the Fourth Wing thing is coming out. Whatever that happens to be, I'm going to love it, I'm sure. Okay, so the next question is biggest surprise. When I heard this question, I was like, oh, I immediately know which one I'm going to pick up. I read this book maybe in January, February, March, in one of those months. I picked it up really not expecting anything, and I absolutely loved it. I really did. And it's just so crazy to me because I have loved, how many books have I read by her? Literally, I think I've only read 2 books by this author. And I loved one, didn't like the other, so it's kind of a toss-up, but this one takes the cake as my favorite. It is Fig Skating by Lynn Painter. Don't judge the cover, guys. Like, it is cartoons, it does look like a kid thing. This is actually an adult book, I believe, and it's really good. It's really good. I was really not expecting like the emotional depth that was brought into the story. It completely blew me out of the water. What is happening? I really liked Better Than the Movies, obviously, but I read that a very long time ago, like 2020, 2021. No, oh, not 2020. No. It was probably like 23. Yeah, I don't know when that book came out. And then I read The Do-Over, and I didn't like that. I don't like the Groundhog Day of it all. I don't like the repeating. It's not my favorite thing. It gets annoying to me. And so I don't care for that. It's a great concept though. It really is. And I like enjoy like seeing new things, like hearing new things in books, especially like in romance, because it gets so like everything becomes the same. If you haven't read one of her books, or if you did read Better Than the Movies a couple years ago, you're like, I don't think I'm into reading her work anymore, I totally recommend picking this up. This was insane. Like, it's so good. But now I feel like I'm like totally like overshooting it, and then maybe you'll be like, it wasn't that good. It is good. I give it 5 stars. So, was not expecting that, bro. Okay. Next question is biggest letdown, and I hate to do this. I really do. I thought about not doing this, but this was like the only book that I didn't care for this year, I believe. Like super. Just Friends by Haley Pham. I love Haley, and I did a video of me reading this. It was in a video with a couple other books as well, but I think that she will definitely get better over time. I think it's her first book. A lot of people's first books are not that great, and I think if it had been maybe a little bit longer, like a few things had been changed, I would have liked it a little bit more. I just like had so much hope because I have watched Haley for years, that it would be like my favorite book, but it just wasn't, and that's okay. It's literally her first time writing a book. It's not that big of a deal. She will get so much better, and it's like fine. But I would have to say Just Friends. But she is working on her next one, and I am definitely going to read it. I am so excited for her, and I wish her all the best. Favorite author or debut or new to you? So this would be like this year maybe they started writing, or I just picked up their books this year. A lot of my favorite authors I've been reading for a while. The one that comes to mind though is Cassandra Clare with City Bones. Obviously she didn't start writing this year, but I did start reading her books this year, and I'm absolutely loving them. So she was the first one that did come to mind. I really don't know if anyone else I could put in this category that I was like absolutely obsessed with, because like Crescent City is my favorite book this year, but I have read a lot of SJM books previously in previous years. Like for 2 years I've been reading her books, so couldn't put her, but very good. This one, new favorite characters. I think my 2 favorite characters as of right now are Hunt and Bryce. I absolutely love them. I love both of them. I love both of them like together and separately. Like they're just like, when I talk about Crescent City in that video where I was reading it, I talked about how Sarah was able to talk about and like able to connect you with characters while also building the story so perfectly. And a lot of books do one or the other, and you lack one or the other. But in Crescent City, she did both so well. And so I just love them. And the thing about the first one specifically is you have this one character you know for like a chapter, and then you end up hearing all these things about her and all these stories and whatnot, and you feel like you know her as well, and we barely do, which is kind of like the thing, right? But I don't know how she does it, but she did it so very well, and I just was so amazed reading that book. Any other ones? I mean, I really loved whatever the boy's name in Unbound. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I really liked him. He was cool and he was different, and I enjoyed that. Who else? I'm just thinking of everybody from Crescent City, really. Should I look? I do like Jace from City of Mountains as well. City of Ashes, City of Glass. He's perfect. I don't remember. I don't think Claire is my favorite female character, but I don't hate her either. So, but I wouldn't put her on the list. So Bryce and Hunt at the top. book that made me cry. I was thinking about doing other things, but I don't think that I've read. I think this is the only book that's made me cry this year. So we're bringing her back around. It is Crescent City. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to give anything away, but the end. Oh my gosh, bro. I was like, maybe I shouldn't put the do it. Did I actually cry? I did. There's one quote in this book in like the last 75% that a character repeats, and it's the saddest thing I have ever read in my entire life. It was giving Peter Parker having to say bye to Tony when he was getting blipped. Bro. But anyway, that's definitely, it got all the emotion out of me. I didn't feel alive until I started reading this book this year. Like, I was like, oh my god, I actually feel like I know these people. But, dang, bro. I don't know how Sarah does that. Okay, the most beautiful book you've bought / received. I really couldn't think of any great ones for this. So I went with one that I thought was kind of different, and I do enjoy the cover. And I might have a better answer later on in the year, but it is The Jasad Air. I think this cover is so cool. It's more cool than like beautiful, I think. It is stunning in its own way, but I don't think a lot of people would pick this. I read this book this year and I really did enjoy it. It was more confusing than I would have liked. I think this is definitely going to be better on a reread, and then I'll end up reading the second one. But I did enjoy my time reading this. It's like a lot of the words that are not real words that was kind of like tripping me up, but again, this is a stunning book. What books do you need to read by the end of this year? Probably those. I have a lot of books. Let me just run you through. I'll need to read the rest of the Mariana Zapata books that I have. So I have Under Lock, Colty, I have From Lukov with Love, and I also have, what is that other one called? Oh, Wait for It. Yes. I need to read those 4 books. Definitely by the end of this year. I need to read The Legacy by Elle Kennedy. I read the other 4 off-campus books, and I just need to finish that up. I need to finish Crescent City 2 and Crescent City 3 by the end of this year. I need to, oh my goodness. Ooh, I want to start this Woven Kingdom. I want to start that series, and I want to finish that this year as well. I have Immortal Dark. I would love to read this fall, and then I have The Will of the Many. I would also love to read. Oh, and then I would also love to continue the City of Bones series. It's a huge series, and that's going to be a huge commitment, but I've already started, and we're making our way through slowly but surely. But those are like the books that I have / need to read. I'm going to lock in on reading on my Kindle, so I'm going to try. I told myself, like, I don't think I will need to buy another book this year unless it is from the City of Bones series. I think that's the only series that I will need to buy books from, other than like the new releases like ACOTAR 6 and whatever the 4th Wing thing is. But I am going to like slow down a little bit on spending my money, because I did want to get all those Mariana Zapata books, but they don't have them in store anywhere because they're like not traditionally published. And so I did a big order, and I got all those, and I got a couple of other ones that I have been wanting, but I think I'm good for a while. Sometimes, how many 5-star reads have you had this year? I need to look, because I honestly don't know. So the first one I read this year was All Roads Lead Here. So I need to go to my Goodreads and start looking. The first book I gave 5 stars this year was Unravel Me. It's the second book in the Shatter Me series. Again, it's a reread. but it was the first one I gave 5 stars. And I gave that one 5 stars on January 18th of this year. The next one was People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is also another reread, but the movie had just come out. Such a good movie. And so I was like, I need to get into this. So I gave that one a 5 stars on January 24th. The next one, I read all of these in the same day, guys. This is nuts. Fake Skating on January 24th. I gave 5 stars. This next one I didn't talk about, and I don't know if I necessarily still give it 5 stars, like looking back, but it was very good. Loved the atmosphere. A Study in Drowning on January 25th. I gave it 5 stars. I would actually like to reread that. The next one on February 2nd, Ignite Me, the third Shatter Me book, gave it 5 star. On February 13th, I gave Alchemist a 5 star. We need to move on from this. Ooh. On February 20th, I gave One Golden Summer a 5 star. And then on March 17th, I gave Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince a 5 star. On April 18th, I gave Rewind It Back. What? I put 5 star, but it says 4.75. What is happening? I think that one's a 5 star. I don't know why I did that. And then on what am I saying? On April 19th, I gave Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney 5 stars. Nobody talks about how good that book is. I'm sorry. Please read that book. It's a thriller, mystery. Please, somebody else read this book so we can talk about it, please. Nobody in my life has read this book. It's so good. On April 28th, I read Defy Me, the 5th book in the Shatter Me series. I also gave that one a 5 star. This kind of sounds like I'm throwing them around left and right, guys. I've read 64 books this year. And I guess I am kind of giving them all. Most of them have been rereads though, and I already know that I love them. On February 29th, what am I saying? February, oh my gosh. It's on April 29th, I read Imagine Me, and I gave that 5 stars. April 30th, I read Release Me, the Shatter Me book. It's in the new series. It's one of the, like, there's the 2 new ones. It's, what is this series called? I don't know what the series is called, but, I can't remember. It's like, I think it's called The New Republic. It's the second one. I also gave that a 5 star on April 30th. And then on May 5th, I gave City of Bones 5 stars. On May 24th, I gave Unbound 5 stars. Ooh. On June 13th, I gave City of Glass 5 stars. On July 8th, I gave Crescent City 5 stars. That's the last 5 star I've had. I think that's the last book I finished though. I don't think I finished another book after that. Well, maybe I finished one of the off-campus books, but that is a lot of 5 stars. That I'm now actually looking at it, but most of them were from the Shatter Me series, and again, I did tell you like those are some of my favorite books, and I knew that was coming. So if I hadn't had reread that series, it wouldn't have looked like that. Ellie, it's fine. You can like whatever books you want. It's not like nobody's judging you. It's fine. Okay. What books do you want to reread before the end of this year? Ooh, just like I said, maybe A Study in Drowning. I would like to reread that, I think, and continue on. I know there's more books, so I think that would be really fun. I would like to reread Beartown and finish that series as well. I never continued on with that, and I'd like to. Ninth House, I'd like to reread also. I have a hard time with that book. I've read it a couple times now, but I literally have no idea what's going on in it. So, and I've watched 100 YouTube videos on it trying to get it explained to me, and I'm like, I don't know. But I would like to read Ninth House and then Hellbent. Hellbent. I think it's Hellbent. And then I'm going to be rereading like a chunk of the Throne of Glass books, and then Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. Definitely. Usually in like early December, I like to start my reread of Twilight, and I don't think I did it last year. I might have, I can't remember, but I might end up doing that this year. I'm not sure. Depends how long the rest of these books takes me, because I'm trying not to push myself and like rush myself for no reason. So we'll see if I get to that this year. I was feeling it like earlier on in the year, but like now I'm like, I don't know. I don't need to. I might like reread Twilight, New Moon, and Eclipse and then be done, because I don't like rereading Breaking Dawn. So I could just do those three and then move on. I did at some point want to reread Beach Read and Happy Place, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm currently reading Great Big Beautiful Life, and I feel like one Emily Henry book for me a year is good. And I've already read People We Meet on Vacation, but I love that book. Oh, and then Bride and Mate, I'm definitely going to be rereading at some point soon. I love those books. So those are, ooh, last one. Definitely going to have to pick up Sunrise on the Reaping again right before the movie comes out. I'm terrified, as many of you are as well, to start that and start the movie journey. But we got to do what we got to do. And I don't know if I need to be rereading Fourth Wing before The Thing comes out, but I know that series like the back of my hand, so I don't think I'm going to, but hopefully it's fine. Okay, and then 5-star predictions for the rest of the year. I do think that the second Crescent City book is going to be a 5-star. I've heard that the third one isn't as good, but I would like to think that it's also going to be a 5-star for me. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I am pretty sure that Kingdom of Ash is going to be 5 stars. I had never read that book. So I did read almost every Throne of Glass book. I've not read Kingdom of Ash and Tower of Dawn. But I do think Kingdom of Ash is going to be 5 stars. Probably a lot, if I continue on with The City of Bones, I think a lot of those books will also be 5 stars. I know that they're like supposed to be really good. I think Fury Bound. Oh, I don't know though. I don't think I gave, what's the first one? Die Round? I don't know if I don't think I gave that one 5 stars. I don't think that's one we just talked about, but I think the ones that I just said, I think that honestly might be it, unless I pick up something like insane. This Woven Kingdom, that series has potential, but I don't know if it's like what kind of series it is. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like shatter me, like not in like the like comparable and like story wise, but comparable and rating wise. Like, am I gonna love it as much? That's what I'm confused on, or could be considered, I guess. But anyway, this wraps up our mid-year book tag. I will definitely be doing another one of these in December probably, or I will probably end up doing something in January of like my 2026 wrap up, something like that, and doing some questions again and seeing if my answers have changed from the books that I have before me. But I think they definitely will. I do think that Crescent City will stay on top, at least top 3. I don't think it will drop down that much, if it does at all. That book was like so crazy, bro. If you haven't read it, I totally recommend doing that. But with the Actor 6 and whatever coming out of Fourth Wing, I do think there will be some change in there, and I could end up loving like a whole new series I'm not even talking about right now. So we'll see when the time comes. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see from me, any more like vlog style videos or sit down videos like this. If you really enjoyed this, just let me know. But you will be catching me again soon, I promise.